So, you sent us over these maintenance technician interview questions.
Uh,
And honestly, it got me thinking, this
mhm.
isn't just about hiring.
Right.
This is like a blueprint for understanding what makes these people who keep all the complicated stuff running tick.
Totally.
So, whether you're trying to like build a team or you're just obsessed with how things work and making sure they keep working,
Hmm.
this deep dive is like custom made for you.
It is. And what really struck me as I looked at these questions was just how wide-ranging they are.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just be a wrench turner.
Right.
It's about deep technical knowledge,
Mhm.
troubleshooting, being able to think on your feet, the right personality, and even some creativity.
Yeah, like that out of the box thinking.
Exactly. A full picture of what a great maintenance technician looks like.
Okay, so let's break this down, starting with the fundamentals, the technical know-how and
Yeah.
experience. The first few questions are all about that, like what equipment have you actually worked on, what official training do you have, and how did you pick up these skills in the field?
Yeah.
It feels like that range of experience isn't just a bonus, it's like a sign of something deeper.
It's not just about the specific machines someone's worked on, but the patterns they've picked up along the way.
Oh, interesting.
When you've seen a lot of different systems, you start to see the common threads,
Yeah.
the underlying principles of mechanics and electronics that apply across the board.
Makes sense.
And that translates into faster diagnosis when something breaks down and ultimately more creative solutions.
Right, and those questions about training and certifications,
Right.
that's about connecting the theory with the real world doing.
Absolutely. It's the combination that makes all the difference.
And that question about learning styles really stood out to me.
Uh-huh.
It acknowledges that there's no one right way to become an expert in this field.
Exactly. Some people thrive in a classroom. Others learn best by taking things apart and putting them back together.
Right, totally.
If someone can explain how they learn best, they probably also know how to learn on their own.
Yeah, and that feeds into the whole idea of continuous learning, which is huge here.
Huge.
Yeah.
Think about how fast technology changes.
I know.
The cutting-edge skills of 5 years ago are basic today.
That's so true. And they specifically ask how candidates stay up to date, how they adapt and incorporate new technologies.
Yeah.
That example answer they give about industry blogs, trade publications, workshops, and webinars,
Right.
it's not just a list, it's a whole mindset. It's someone who sees learning as part of the job.
It's that proactive mindset you talked about.
Yeah.
It's not waiting for someone to send you to a training. It's taking charge of your own development.
Exactly.
That initiative is so crucial. A really great maintenance technician sees staying informed as a core part of their job.
Makes sense.
They're not just reacting to breakdowns, they're preventing them and thinking about how to make things run even better.
Right. And adopting new technology isn't just about keeping up with the latest gadgets. It's about using them to boost efficiency, safety, the reliability of the whole system.
You got it.
And then there's CMMS, computerized maintenance management systems. It seems like knowing these systems has gone from a nice to have to like a must have.
You have to think about all the moving pieces in a modern maintenance operation.
Yeah.
You've got work orders, inventory scheduling, preventative maintenance compliance. CMMS is like the central nervous system connecting it all.
Wow.
So when someone knows CMMS, it shows they understand how modern maintenance works and how important data is for making smart decisions, being efficient, and controlling costs.
Yeah, like being able to see a machine's entire maintenance history in an instant.
Exactly. You can spot patterns of failure that you'd never notice otherwise and prevent major downtime.
All right, let's shift gears to when things break down, which, let's be real, is a big part of the job.
It is.
Questions 6 through 10 really dig into troubleshooting and critical thinking when the pressure's on.
Yep.
That example they use about the hydraulic press losing pressure is perfect.
Right.
It shows that methodical approach, diagnostics, checking logs, talking to colleagues,
Right.
and then thinking beyond the quick fix to recommend things like pressure sensors to prevent the problem from happening again.
Exactly. It's not just about getting the machine running again. It's about understanding the root cause and making sure it doesn't keep happening.
Right. That systematic approach is the sign of a true expert.
Totally. Gathering the clues, analyzing the data, testing solutions, implementing the fix, and then preventing future problems. That's what it's all about.
And what about when they face a breakdown they've never seen before?
Right.
The source really stresses safety first, lock and tag out procedures, letting the right people know.
Absolutely essential. Those safety protocols are the bedrock of a safe working environment.
For sure.
The next step's gathering information like error codes or strange sounds, checking manuals and online resources, and being willing to collaborate with others. That's resourcefulness.
It is.
And realizing that no one has all the answers. And that point about prioritizing quality and safety over speed.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Right.
Rushing leads to mistakes, more damage, maybe even injuries.
Time pressure is another constant factor, right? When equipment goes down, there's this urgency to get it back up and running.
Absolutely.
Question 8 asks about completing repairs under tight deadlines.
Right.
How does that reveal a candidate's strength?
It's not just about speed. It's about staying calm and focused when things are hectic. It's about prioritization, time management, and making good decisions without cutting corners, even when the clock is ticking.
And then there's that scenario where multiple machines go down at once.
Oh boy.
That triage mindset they mentioned makes a lot of sense.
It does. It's about figuring out what needs attention immediately and what can wait.
Right, like the example of the hydraulic leak near electrical panels versus a stopped conveyor belt.
Exactly. One's a potential safety hazard, the other is a production issue. You got to know which to tackle first.
And being able to communicate clearly with management about the situation and delegate tasks, if possible, that's crucial in those moments.
It is. You need to be a leader.
And the last question in this section is a tough one, repairing valuable equipment when the budget is tight.
Yeah.
It really makes you think outside the box.
It does. It's about being able to diagnose the problem and understand the financial realities. Can you find cost-effective solutions?
Right.
Do you understand the long-term implications of different choices? A quick fix versus a more expensive but permanent repair.
Interesting.
It's about good judgment and being able to explain your recommendations based on both technical expertise and financial considerations.
Okay, let's move on to the behavioral interview questions.
Okay.
These seem designed to uncover the human side of things, how someone approaches their work every day.
Makes sense.
Question 11 asks about staying motivated in a job that can involve a lot of repetitive tasks.
Yeah.
The sample answer about finding satisfaction in keeping things running smoothly, taking pride in high standards, setting personal goals, and knowing you're impacting safety and productivity.
Right.
That no task is too big or too small, attitude seems key.
It's about ownership and professional pride. Even the routine tasks are important for preventing bigger problems down the line.
Right.
Someone who understands that and takes pride in doing those tasks, well, no matter how small they seem, that's a valuable team member.
Question 12 is all about accountability and quality when you're working on your own. That advice to act like your work will be reviewed is so simple but effective.
It is. It's about having that internal compass that guides you to do your best, even when no one's watching.
And the emphasis on detailed notes and being willing to ask for help,
Yes.
that shows responsibility and a proactive approach.
Absolutely. Self-motivated people who are meticulous and don't need constant supervision are gold.
For sure.
And knowing when to ask for help isn't a weakness. It shows, your limits and you're committed to doing things right and safely.
Then there's the question of prioritizing deferred maintenance, those tasks that aren't urgent but will need attention eventually.
Right.
It's fascinating how different technicians approach that and what factors they consider.
It comes down to organizational skills and understanding the long-term health of the equipment.
Makes sense.
They need to assess the risks of delaying maintenance, the impact on efficiency, and the potential for breakdowns, and balance that with current demands.
Right. And the last behavioral question about handling after-hours emergency calls,
Yeah.
that shows a level of commitment that goes beyond the regular workday.
It does. It reveals their dedication and their understanding that sometimes you have to drop everything and handle a situation, no matter what time it is.
It's about responsibility and work-life balance in a demanding field.
Exactly.
Now, for the out-of-the-box questions,
Fun ones.
I know these are always interesting because they can tell you so much about how someone thinks.
Absolutely.
Question 15, if you were a tool, which one would you be and why?
Right.
That sample answer of a multi-tool highlighting versatility and being able to handle lots of different tasks, that was insightful.
It was, and the connection to teamwork with the voltmeter example.
Oh,
These questions aren't tricks.
Yeah.
They're meant to tap into creativity, self-awareness, and the ability to explain your thought process in a different way.
I see.
The multi-tool answer shows adaptability, which is so important in maintenance,
Right.
while the voltmeter suggests understanding how individual contributions fit into the bigger picture.
Questions 16 and 17 about a dream project and a superpower.
Yeah.
Those seem to be about understanding their passions within the field and how they would improve things, even hypothetically.
You got it. The dream project gives you a glimpse into what really excites them and what areas they want to grow in. And the superpower question can reveal what they see as the biggest challenges in their work and how they would ideally overcome them.
So looking at all these questions together,
Yeah,
what are the key takeaways for you, the listener? It feels like being a truly effective maintenance technician and maybe just a great problem solver in any field.
right.
It takes a diverse skill set and a particular way of thinking.
Absolutely. It's that blend of strong technical knowledge, sharp analytical and proactive problem-solving skills.
Mm.
A real commitment to continuous learning those important behavioral traits like conscientiousness, responsibility, and teamwork, and even a bit of creative thinking to tackle those unusual challenges.
Wow.
It paints a clear picture of what makes a top-notch maintenance professional.
And for you who sent us these questions wanting to get a quick but thorough understanding,
Right.
I think this deep dive delivers. It's not just about who to hire, it's about appreciating the depth of knowledge, skills, and mindset that keep the complex systems we all rely on running smoothly.
It is, and it brings up an interesting point for you to think about.
Okay.
As we've talked about these different qualities, the technical expertise, the problem-solving skills, the adaptability, the conscientiousness, the creative thinking,
Yeah.
which of those do you think is most important, either in your own work or in the people you rely on to get things done?
Hmm.
It was worth reflecting on what you prioritize when it comes to what truly drives success and reliability.
I love that food for thought.
Definitely.
That's all the time we have for this deep dive. See you next time.